If I could only judge you by your calendar and your bank account, what story would it tell?
I'm about to go live with Serhant and his coaching community and talk about Top Agent Tactics by Justin Conoco. Join Ontario Power Broker Justin Conoco to learn how top agents use LinkedIn blogs to generate leads, establish authority, and turn content into business. Fun fact, we're actually going to talk about a lot more than that. I sat down with Brant Henry, who runs this program, and said, man, like we can talk about the LinkedIn stuff, but I think I can give them much higher level strategy on how to do one thing that turns into like 100 things and generates a lot of actual phone calls and leads. So fun fact, the Serhant community doesn't even know this, but we're going to give them a lot more than what they think they're going to get. So this should be fun.
It starts with the pillar pieces of our business, which is who are we trying to talk to and what's important to those people. And I think there's two pathways for clientele in real estate. There's actual buyers, sellers, investors, and then there's other agents. Like most of my deals are only going to come from those two sources. When I think of the different platforms that I have, I think of who exists on those platforms and how am I going to reach them. Now, LinkedIn is a dark horse. I ended up getting a national speaking gig at one of the largest real estate conferences in North America because of an article I wrote called Kill the Celebrity Real Estate Agent, where I said, agents that get new to this business think it's more important to get a logo and go viral on TikTok than actually be a good agent. You only have time, skill, and money in this business, and you use your time to develop skill to then trade for money. Or Twitter is actually my feed by which I choose my ideas. Kill the Celebrity Real Estate Agent started from just a very small tweet that went crazy. I'm like, well, this would make a great topic. I'll actually give you the framework. You can all write this down. So when I'm writing an article or I'm shooting a piece of content, I think topic. Then I think, well, the first thing is the hook. And there's a little bit of clickbait in that where it's like, what do you mean? Right. And if you actually go deep enough into the topic, you'll see what I actually mean. But it's topic, hook, polarization. So I give it a polarizing viewpoint where instead of thinking that you need to go viral, I actually think you need to know how to write contracts and be good at MLS first. Then it goes into the solution. And then I give my perspective on it because that's what people want. So that is my actual framework. If you wrote that down, if it dawns on me that, man, this article I did really well, is I use my iPhone and I'll say, add reminder, shoot a video about kill the celebrity real estate agent in 1 hour. This is my assistant. Go in and engage on other people's pages that you want to get noticed by or be in the algorithm of. The way these applications work is they want to know who you are, what you do, and where do you do it. If I could only judge you by your calendar and your bank account, what story would it tell me? And I have to look at my calendar at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and I can get a real good picture of what was important to me. So I actually have Write LinkedIn article as a repeating time block. I think it's every Saturday at 9 a.m. And then I kind of prep it and I launch it on Monday. So I schedule it for the following Monday because it's quiet on Saturdays and I can typically get it done early on in the morning. But tangibly, it's a business investment. Like there's an intersection though, where the core value of our brokerage is do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather than humility, value others before yourself. So the whole core belief in execution at the mastermind is that like, I'll trust the process, right? That, people will make connections and maybe business I would have got goes to somebody else because they shook somebody's hand, but that person will probably remember that I set that table and it'll all come full circle to me.